Ladies and gentlemen, wonderful people, this is Call of Duty Fanatics. Welcome back to another Warzone report, and this one is going to be extremely important and interesting, guys, because in this one I'm going to bring you everything we know so far about the REBIRTH Island, a new map or a new Resurgence map that's coming to Warzone 2, probably with the Season 2 release. Anyways, I'm going to break down everything for you. Unfortunately, I cannot show you the pictures that I'm having in front of myself due to obvious reasons, as I don't want any more Activision copyright strikes, and they're really hard on the leakers lately. But that doesn't prevent us from talking about this content, and I'm also gonna tell you about the all POIs that you can expect and the general look of the island. So graphic designs, POIs, and general topography, I would say, of this new island. A little bit disappointing fact for REBIRTH Island fans. Some of the community, part of the community, was actually talking about REBIRTH Island coming back. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and I think that REBIRTH Island is gone for good, at least in a short term. So REBIRTH Island, as we know, is not coming back. Instead of that, we are gonna get new Resurgence map for Warzone 2, which is going to be placed no more nor less but in Japan, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the picture that you can see on your screens at the moment is the Japanese Tobishima Island. Now, why am I posting this picture? The main reason is that this island looks 90% the same as the new REBIRTH Island map that I was talking about. So this is the closest look. It's not 100% the same, but it looks 90% the same, I would say. So this would be the outlook or the borders of the new REBIRTH Island map, which I said before is going to be placed in Japan. The question is, what Japan has to do all of a sudden with Mazrah, Kachala, and the story development. And I'm kind of afraid what kind of twist they are going to do over here. But anyways, as I said before, it's a completely different look comparing what we are currently experiencing in Mazrah. So the island is green, which is kind of good. We are not gonna look into the sand anymore and desert. There is a couple of POIs that I want to share with you. So if we are looking from left or from west side of the island, we are gonna have a green houses, which is some kind of a complex of, it looks kind of a military, but probably it's not military because I don't see any military POI on this island. Then we have apartment complex or apartments complex, which is consisting of 3 buildings and a swimming pool. Then there is a power plant, water treatment. Then we have town center, which is going to be the south part of the island. I can see some huge buildings over here, bigger than these apartment buildings, I would say. And it's actually gonna take the huge part of the map. In the middle of the island, instead of volcano, for example, that we had with the caldera, we are gonna have a medieval Japanese castle, and I actually can see the picture of this castle, guys, and it looks pretty nice, and it would be traditional Japanese castle. On the north part of the map, we have the residential area, which is made of houses something like the residential area of Verdansk. This reminds me a little bit of, which was in the southern part of Verdansk, if you remember, near the monument where the Bunker Zero was stationed. Then we also have on the north part of the map, or I would say northeast, better said, there is a beach, guys. Beach with the shipwrecks. There is 2 shipwrecks I can see over here, and I'm not 100% sure what's that gonna look like, but I can definitely see 2 ships and a lot of wreckages. Looks like a boneyard, if you ask me. Looks like a boneyard from Verdansk. On the very east side of the island we have a huge port, and when I say huge, I'm saying it's nearly taking the complete eastern part of the map. So it's gonna be a big complex, definitely. And this one is also looking similar to the Verdansk port, believe it or not. So maybe they're bringing some replicas of POIs from Verdansk, which I would fancy to go back to, especially with the new engine and the Warzone 2. Then we have, if we go a little bit southern from the port, we have an industrial ruins. Now this POI is called industrial ruins. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can see over there. It's just like a hill, and I can't see anything significant over there. And then far south or southeast, eastern part of the island, which is like a small peninsula, it's stationed Beach Club. Now Beach Club, as I can see here, has a lot of premises, and it's almost big as town center, believe it or not. So it's gonna be very interesting, as I said before. The map looks nothing like we've seen before, but the closest look, as I said, is this island that I showed you before, Japanese island. And it looks a little bit, the outline looks a little bit similar to Fortune's Keep. However, what's on the island is nothing that we've seen so far. So guys, once again, I sincerely apologize for not showing you any pictures on the matter, but as I said before, I don't want any copyright strikes on my content anymore from Activision. I had it absolutely enough. They are cracking down on any leaks that are currently happening in the Call of Duty world. So I just decided that I will share the story with you and try to picture you what the new Rebirth Island map is gonna look like. Now this thing over here, as you can see, is in Al Mazrah. I was trying to go inside this small shack or a military improvised object, and unfortunately I couldn't get inside, and it's the only this type of object that's locked. And it looks kind of interesting because it's stationed in the improvised runway in Al Mazrah, which we learned that's being used for smuggling of very sensitive goods for Al-Qatala or whoever. Interesting enough, on this improvised object there is also some kind of a numbers that appeared, and I'm not 100% sure where to put these numbers, and you're just gonna see that in a couple of moments. We were trying to escape here because we were pressured by the end of the match, and then all of a sudden I seen these numbers. So you can see this object is having 492 number on the bottom right corner. Now, does this have to mean something or not? I'm not 100% sure, but I think that this object is going to be opened very soon, and it reminds me about those shacks in Verdansk that were closed forever, and at the end we learned that they are actually very significant because we got the codes to unlock them and learn a little bit about the Cold War and what's gonna happen next in Warzone. So it was a part of a bigger picture, I would say, and a big Easter egg. Anyways, guys, please let me know in a comment section below, what do you think about the latest leaks about the new Rebirth Island map. This looks very authentic, and I think that this is the map that we are going to get. The main question for me is why we are going to Japan. So I want to hear your opinion on the matter as well, so please let me know in a comment section below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future great Call of Duty content. And until next time, my fellow Mazrah citizens, I wish you all the best and stay frosty.